everyone, and welcome back to Disqualified. Excuse me. We are here to talk about Money in the Bank, and oh boy,
Good show, Johnny. Good show indeed.
it was insane. Top to bottom, all the matches delivered.
All 10 matches tonight. Insane. Go check out our Worlds Collide review.
All 10 matches, but we only predicted 4 because one was made on Worlds Collide. We'll get to that when we get to it. But, Trevin,
Yo,
you said it was a jolly good show already.
yes.
I think it was probably one of the better shows that WWE has put on this year.
With a shocking return at the end.
Oh,
But we'll get to that.
we'll get to that. We'll
Yes.
get to that. It was justified. But
First, as usual with one of the gimmick PLEs, we gotta open with one of the gimmick matches.
and we open with the Women's Money in the Bank match, which consists of Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Becker, and Naomi.
Yep, and reminder of who we picked for the predictions contest. I picked Alexa Bliss.
I picked Naomi.
And Zachary picked Stephanie Becker. By the way, he's behind the camera.
Oh yeah, I am Caleb. That is your NXT Predictions champion, Trevin. And that is our producer, Zach. Trevin won that today at Worlds Collide.
I got a belt back on me.
Yep. And we shall see if my belt stays on me or if
Yes.
it goes to Trevin
Yes,
or
but
Zach.
this match, we said it a lot with the World Collide card, but this match especially was a car crash you couldn't look away from.
From a devil's kiss to the ladder, to Rhea getting buried under ladders, to a bunch of cool different spots.
Yeah, a dual spot of a Sister Abigail DDT and a Riptide.
We saw Julia and Roxanne rekindle their partnership that lasted 3 weeks, and then they started brawling again.
Yes. Nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever, but
Yeah.
you know what is going to last forever? This moment, Naomi winning her first Money in the Bank. Me getting
After
one-
participating, this being her 5th Money in the Bank ladder match, she finally clinched it.
Yep, and so I get 1 point on the board.
Yep, and I have only a hope of tying to avoid punishment in a match coming on later, which is the women's IC match between Lyra and Becky. But first, we got the other IC title to defend as the impromptu match of Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus from AAA Octagon Jr. is up next. And
Oh, we got to rate this match.
oh yeah,
So, Women's Money in the Bank match, I am rating a 4.5.
I agree. I only drop it 0.5 because this was real good match. I would gladly give it 5 stars if it were not for the technical difficulties that were those dang ladder legs.
Mm-hmm. And Zach?
4.5.
All right. And now we move on to Dominic v. Octagon, as Trevin said, for the
Yeah.
IC Championship.
Um,
Short match.
yes, a little longer than Joe Hendry versus Randy at Mania, as it was equally as impromptu, but great showcase of Lucha v. Lucha matches.
Ending in the 619 with a frog splash via Dominic for the 1, 2, 3. And my only thing is they need to stop straddling him with just basic opponents. Not saying that Octagon Jr. is a basic opponent, but
No, yeah.
they need to give him an actual story and not just one-on-one matches.
Yeah.
And I know they're waiting for SummerSlam.
Yeah, they're waiting for that Finn rivalry to actually blow up.
Mm-hmm. But we'll get there when we get there, I guess.
Yes. But how I would rate this impromptu match is 3.5. Solid action, impromptu, so it took away from its momentum a little bit. A little short too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like a 3. I'm gonna go with like a 3.
Yeah, Zach,
2.5. I don't like
fair.
He's one of the better in-ring workers in the
But
company.
now,
Okay.
yeah, your dead center match is your other woman or your other IC title match. This time, the woman's side, it is your champion Lyra Valkyria versus the man Becky Lynch.
And oh boy, what a match. So,
Yeah.
from a manhandle slam that didn't work, to a Nightwing on the outside that didn't work, to a double 9 count.
That they apparently still had gas in the tank.
You know,
And then
reversing each other's moves of
knowing
submission.
Yes, knowing what each other was going to go for. Like Becky opened this match with, during the usual championship match introductions, Becky as the challenger was of course introduced first. She raises her hand to address the crowd and tries to cheap shot Lyra. Lyra, knowing how heels work, ducks and counters it, and the match just begins with a already brawling.
Yeah, and it ends with Lyra going for a roll up.
One,
two, spin around. 1, 2, 3. Becky gets the pin.
Yup. Grabbing the
pulling
trunk.
tights,
Yeah, pulling the trunks for leverage.
and your new women's intercontinental champion, Becky Lynch.
Which means I'm sitting at 0 points, while the rest are all votes, and I no longer get the tie to avoid punishment, and still your main roster predictions champion on disqualified, Caleb Went.
I am still your two-time main roster predictions champion.
But we shall see if you got the clean sweep.
Yes, that is all that remains now. So we move on to our fourth match.
Rating Lyra and Becky first.
Oh yes, we're late. We're rating this match. Sorry.
Yes. Another thing is that, the stipulation, Lyra did not very gracefully raise Becky's hand, but to be fair, Becky wasn't really that graceful either, as, Lyra did raise her hand once, and then she's like, no, you got to do the lap around the ring. And then she did put the belt on me.
Yep, and she put the belt on her.
And
German suplex.
Yup, into a Nightwing, and they are gonna play hot potato with this. Maybe. They're making this rivalry specifically a trilogy for sure. Whether it is a hot potato rivalry is yet to be seen. But I see this run back at probably Evolution, not Night of Champions.
Oh yeah. I'm giving this a 3.75.
I can agree with that 3.75. Like, the spots that added hype, like the double 9 count out spot was what felt like a little slow. Like, the ref might have been counting a little too fast. No disregard to Jessica Garza, as she was the one who kicked out the New Day on Monday.
I just think
They popped up a little fast. There was no stirring.
Yeah, they popped up fast. The main thing is it's a great match, don't get me wrong. It's just the ending could have been better. I get the reason for the roll up. I mean, they've already kicked out of everything, or
Yes.
they've got through everything that they
Roll ups are meant to keep both parties looking strong. But
yeah, but I don't know. I kind of thought this is where we see a return for someone, but we didn't.
No Bailey return, and also it looks like they are going to recycle this rivalry until the third match, the rubber match, settles it.
Yep. Zach? 4. All right. Well, now we move on, coincidentally, to match number 4 of this card. And that is what we thought was going to be the tag match.
No.
But it is not. It is your men's Money in the Bank match, which consists of Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Seth Rollins, Penta, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. There's a polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
Someone go get them. And
they keep letting them loose there. I feel bad for the residents of Arlington, Texas.
Yes. Do you know how dangerous polar bears are?
And they're just letting them loose.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Cole doing amazing commentary work of being like, that is Chad Gable. The Wade Barrett and Pat McAfee were doing the classic, tweener/heel commentators of like, no, that's not Chad. He's got a different elbow wrap on, even though if you zoom in, you can see the black wrap. that Chad was wearing under the white bandages. Michael Cole was like, he's wearing the same white wrist bandages that Chad wears. He was seen wearing Chad's boots later.
So, something that's probably going to cause a bit of controversy. We just saw the Slim Jim table get debuted last night on SmackDown. We haven't talked about SmackDown because it's a double PLE week, so we don't really talk about SmackDown.
Most of the SmackDown highlights got concluded with the PLEs also.
So they introduced the Slim Jim table on Friday.
Yes. The one table spot we had this entire weekend was at Worlds Collide, but it was a normal table, thankfully. However,
they have introduced the Fireball ladder,
which is in normal ladder matches, the tallest ladder is a 16-foot ladder. The Fireball ladder is
like
20 foot.
It's like 20 foot. It's red. It's Fireball branded. It only appeared at the men's match, which I found weird.
Yeah.
But I guess we're gonna get branded props from now on, and it's gonna be in the games too. You know, it's gonna be in the games at some point.
I know, but
it's gonna suck so much.
It's gonna be like what Carlito's Apple was last year in the DLC. It's gonna be added in a DLC pack. Probably when El Grande gets DLC'd into the game.
No, if anything, they're gonna make it a fucking Persona card for my faction.
Yeah, but one of the highlights of this match was not necessarily the winner of how the person won the match, but we got a rivalry brewing, a betrayal among betrayals finally getting concluded.
So, Solo is going for the briefcase.
Yes. This is after Seth called in his dogs of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, or as Caleb likes to refer to them.
BBL?
Yep.
Or that's Zach's joke. I will give him all the credit, but
yes.
BBL.
Yes. But the dogs get...
Wait.
Yeah.
The dogs got let loose.
Yes. But the dogs...
And in a tribute to Carlito, we saw another ramp spear.
Yep, on El Grande Americano.
Legitimately, they cut it so perfectly. You see them walking down. It cuts to Seth and Paul just smiling.
Yep,
snickering.
and then we cut to
Chad Gable getting murdered.
Yes, but just a couple dogs are no match for Werewolf, as Solo's company comes out to try to help him.
And JC Mateo takes on Braun Breaker, and Jacob Fatu takes on Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker puts JC Mateo through the barricade, effectively taking both of them out.
Yep. Jacob Fatu takes out Bronson Reed, and that gives
Solo enough time to recover, and Jacob's like, go for the briefcase.
Yep.
And note, this will come into play. LA Knight has set up a ladder bridge on the outside.
Yep. And, Solo's going for it. He's climbing the smaller 12-foot ladder.
Also, Jacob just said a minute ago, I love you, Solo.
Yep. And Solo's climbing. He's climbing. He gets halfway up the ladder. He feels something preventing him from stepping up a little more.
Yeah, that would be Jacob Fatu's hand gripping his ankle. He looks at him and he says, I hate you. And the crowd finishes Solo.
Yep, he pulls him down, staggering Solo into the meanest super kick I have seen.
We get the double jump moonsault, and then we get a rock bottom.
Onto the ladder bridge. Solo's out.
Solo got wrapped up in that ladder. I don't know how he took it he didn't take it bad, but he took it weird.
Yes.
Like, his foot hit the ground first, and then his elbow went through the middle, of a rung. Basically,
you can write off Solo this match. He's like, and if there is another squabble, Solo will not be a part of it.
Yeah.
And Jacob's just walking out, a cathartic smile on his face.
This does give El Grande enough time to get the plate. Or no, this spot happened earlier.
Yeah.
The plate got added into El Grande's mask.
Yes.
And this is when Andrade is going for the briefcase. And El Grande does the most fucking Indiana Jones bullshit. So we see LA Knight go for a wheelbarrow type move on El Grande. El Grande grabs a ladder that's on the outside, climbs to the turnbuckle, grabs hold of a ladder that Seth Rollins is holding, pendulums that onto the other ladder.
Onto the fireball ladder.
Which then he climbs and headbutts Andrade.
It was Penta.
Oh, Penta.
Yeah.
Taking Penta out for a little bit.
Yep. But...
And then we get on the spot.
It wasn't El Grande that headbutted Penta. It was Penta that headbutted El Grande.
Oh.
Which the momentum of Penta's headbutt sent El Grande down, but the metal plate winded Penta.
Yep. And after a lot of craziness and chaos, in the end, your winner and new 2-time Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth freaking Rollins. And all of us get a point, so that puts me at 3. Trevin at 1 and Zach at 2. This is not your night, bud.
This was not my card. Worlds Collide was my card.
Yep. Not your card, not your card.
No, Money in the Bank was not.
And next, or what are we rating this match, fellas?
4.5. Docking the 0.5 for El Grande being there.
I'm giving you 4.75. Knocking the 0.25 for El Grande being there. I'm sorry. He held up in the match. He held his own in the match, but he was there, and that is a deduction of pointage.
Yeah.
Foul. All right.
And now,
your main event of the evening.
It is
your tag team match. I was going to say tag title match, but tag team match.
World champion and partner versus world champion and partner.
It is Cody Rhodes and your world heavyweight champion Jey Uso taking on Logan Paul and your WWE champion, the Unseen 17, gracing LA with his presence one last time, the GOAT, John Cena. Sorry, I had to glaze my goat there for a second.
No, you did great.
Hey, this match was probably one of the worser matches on the card. For disclaimer, a lot of stuff happened in this match that really wasn't consequential. We saw a botch of a buckshot lariat.
Yeah. This match was weird. Like,
it was paced weird.
Yes. The storytelling was weird because we had a spot of Cena and Paul seemingly breaking up, not getting along. They can't work together.
Jay gets the hot tag.
Yeah.
He laughs at them before he gets the hot tag, and then they start acting like a tag team again.
Yes, for the remainder of the match. Like, them seemingly breaking up was the halfway point.
Yeah. And then we get
Cena clearing the announce tables.
Well, no, this was a little before that.
Yeah.
It was a little after the buckshot lariat, like maybe a minute. Cody hits a crossroads, going for the pin. He sees Logan going for a springboard splash, moves out the way. Logan springboard splashes John Cena.
Yep.
Then Cena clears the tables, spear the Jay, onto Cena, onto a table, doesn't break.
Ow.
Cena moves out the way. Jay is still laid out.
Jay is still winded. And
Moonsault from Logan Paul onto the table, breaking the table, and oh my god.
It now turns into a Cody Cena 1v1 as the two legal men and the two non-winded people that didn't just go through a table are the ones in the ring.
And Cena grabs the title.
As
It's Cody in the face.
Yep. The ref is doing a medical check on the two people that just went through the table.
Yep. Cena puts down the title.
And we get a spear from a hooded masked man.
He
And we're like-
starts beating him up,
And we're like, who
grabs
the
the
heck?
title, hits him with it.
And you can see the color of this man's skin and also sort of his build during the sequence. It is
Fellas, ladies, and gentlemen,
the internet won.
not all is right in WWE. There's a lot still wrong, but
one wrongdoing was corrected.
the man, the myth, the truth has returned,
Our truth is still in here, baby.
costing John Cena and Logan Paul the match. Cody, it's a crossroads.
1, 2, 3. And if you know how tag matches work, if one of the people held a single title, you rightfully have a claim to challenge for that title.
And we all chose Cody and Jay. So I get a point, which means I perfect sweep
Yet again.
another card for this beautiful belt that I have right here. You know, from our truth coming back to a perfect sweep, I think this was a good night overall for me.
Yeah. No, like, just Money in the Bank as a whole, like, all the matches were good. Like, truth.
3.75 for this match for me.
Yeah, 3.5. The pacing was weird. Logan Paul being there sucked. Truth Return bumps it up that
That's
0.5.
That's what gives it the 7.5 for me.
Yes.
Bumps it up 2.5.
Yes.
Zach,
3.5.
3.5.
Like, this match would have been a solid 3 stars if it weren't for our Truth returning.
And what are we rating the show altogether?
4.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, like, the only dark spot was that main event, but all the other matches were good. Like, both ladder matches were car crashes you couldn't look away from. Lyra Becky match was a technical masterpiece. Dominic versus Octagon was a good showing of Lucha versus Lucha style.
Both Money in the Bank matches were just so great, man.
I know.
I love Money in the Bank matches so much. I just love a big multi-man ladder.
You know.
Um,
They've been spoiling us with how good ladder matches have been this calendar year.
yeah.
Like, y'all remember that for some reason was on SmackDown ladder match triple threat?
Yeah, for the tag titles, TLC match, that
Yeah.
was great. We had a North American women's title match. That was great. Ladder match.
Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes ladder match cooked.
Yeah, I guess ladders are in this year in WWE. But, next Monday starts the King and Queen of the Ring qualifications.
And also all the champions now have to look over their shoulder as both briefcases are in play.
Yeah, so they announced on Raw we're going to get Jay versus Gunther. I mean, that was already announced.
Yeah.
The qualifications start and the return of Nikki Bella. I don't know why she's returning now, but cool, I guess.
Probably participating in the Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way on Raw.
I don't care. Any more people? We need more people in the women's divisions, anyways. So
Yeah.
just another stacked name to put there.
You have one of your biggest single stars stuck in a tag team championship you're not doing anything with.
Yep. But this has been it from us here at Disqualified. I have retained. I am your two-time main roster predictions champion. That is your new NXT predictions champion, Trevin. And that is Beltless Zach, our producer behind the camera.
Still my chop champion.
We retired that. We've established this.
Still
But
in my heart.
we will see you Tuesday for Monday Night Raw predictions.
Peace.
Until then, thank you for your time and peace.
Bye.
We got truth.